Hi everybody, Zoe Andyke here. We are back for the second half of round 3 FPO coverage at the Beaver State Fling.
We're here on the east side course. This is where the course gets a lot more difficult. You're gonna see a par 5 that is gonna be very challenging and some exciting holes to finish, so come join us.
And that's right, here we are on the back half of the Beaver State Fling National Tour event. This is hole 10. It's a par 4, 455 feet, island green. Tricky island green at that. It kind of mounds up. You know, you've got a little bit of drop off on each side from the basket. And so players definitely need to break this hole down in order to stick it on the green, whether it be their second shot or third.
Yeah, so here I'm taking my bio defender. I'm trying to go hyzer over the road, but it comes out anhyzer. And there's just never a chance. There's never a chance. It was supposed to come out on a hyzer and just the errant release there.
Oh, man, had plenty of distance to get, you know, right up there, but unfortunate OB. Jen Allen.
This is a brand new destroyer, she said.
Brand new destroyer. Look at that stability. Very trusty disc. Vanessa with her nuke. I believe I heard her on day one saying she's looking to not even mess around with the OB, maybe go over the curb or inside of the curb. And look at that, exactly what she had planned.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to get in good position for that upshot. Looks good to me.
Yeah, and she did say that, and she then said she is going to mess with it on the second shot. She said if she gets anywhere past that shadow that Kat's passing right now, she's going for the island. So we're about to see something exciting.
Yeah, I love this hole so much.
So I have to take it way back here. I'm not trying to go double OB, so I just grab my Lucidex Verdict and just play a safe hyzer on the close side of the grass.
I like talking through your thinking there. No need to take 2 out-of-bounds penalties. And Jen's lining up a sidearm, looks like layup. Is that the AVR3?
Yes, I believe it is. AVR3.
Puts her in somewhat of a good position to get on the island.
And Kat on this one was kind of back and forth. She had 2 discs in her hand. She decided to go with her PA1 and lay up, but she was kind of looking at it.
Yep, and it's all really the position off of the tee box as to if a player decides to go for it. And Vanessa's building herself up right here.
She's got her buzz. You know she's going to use the glide.
She
looks like she's putting it on an anhyzer, so I'm guessing she's going to go left of this tree right here, which kind of means it's going to go under that branch. This is not an easy shot. Whoa, she did.
That is so much harder of a
shot.
Oh
my God.
And it's parked. I mean, that's trust and belief. Wow. I certainly would have played a hyzer myself, but that was great.
I think I would have went for it from there too, but I would have went hyzer.
Yeah.
She just brought so much challenge into it, but honestly, if
she knows her discs and knows her shots.
It did not look challenging. She made it look very easy.
2 nice, easy up shots for their third shots, Jen and Kat. Paige is jump putting her potential birdie there, but taps in the par. Doing some par tapping here.
And Jen, she's on a good little streak here.
My butt bent over in front of Terry.
Couple pars, couple birdies. She's moving up in the leaderboard. Vanessa, though, with this birdie, I would assume there's not too many in the field here.
Oh man, that was actually a very well played hole. If you guys are 1 down on the card there, that's great. And this is hole 11. It's a par 4, 690 feet. We'll see from the camera fly over here that the intended fairway is the left-hand side. There really isn't a fairway on the right. However, off the tee box, if you are not far enough left, got yourself in some trouble. There is out of bounds. There's a painted line. With the fence behind there. It's not the path behind the basket. It's the painted line. You'd have to throw it really aggressively on your second shot to find it. Let's see.
So Vanessa just put it over there to the right, a little bit of a late release, and she's going to be on the right side. Jennifer with her brand new destroyer again. She's throwing a wide hyzer. This is such a great play. You want to be as close to this parking lot as you can because it opens up your second shot at the basket.
Yeah, that's that risk reward, but smart play. Again, Cat playing the hyzer there, trying to get closer to the parking lot. Well done. She's got an open look.
And this is a Ballista Pro. I'm trying to get a lot of distance on it and kind of put it a little bit too flat, and it just glides me right into that tree there and drops out.
It's gonna be a tough upshot. We'll see what Vanessa does from the right-hand side here. She does play the anhyzer to get back on the fairway. I am a big supporter of that. As I said, the right-hand side, I've seen some girls try to force it, and it just adds strokes quickly.
Yeah, I was super excited when I saw her grab that meteor. I knew she was going to go left side anhyzer. Catrina there, I was surprised to see her grab a mid-range. That is quite a ways from the basket still. The world distance thrower, Jennifer Allen, is even grabbing a fairway driver. And Catrina ended up short right in the bushes.
Ooh.
Jennifer, though, past the basket.
All the way down and past the basket. And I believe in a safe zone as well.
Yeah, she's on the mulch.
That was a
10
great
feet deep
shot.
in the basket.
Paige with a step out stance. The basket's directly behind her if you could actually see where she's at. So you threw a nice shot. What disc was that you threw there?
That was a deputy. I'm just trying to kind of glide it around the corner and get at least 75 feet of progress, but the real important shot was this one. Just throwing my Marshall straight and trying to just drop it right in front of the basket.
This will be Vanessa's third shot here, approaching the basket with her putter. Putting it on just a good little hyzer angle, but coming up a little short, maybe a low release. And Cat is in the bushes here. This looks like a tough stance or a tough gap place to get out of.
She was in there for quite some time. Just trying to get even behind her mini was hard. She progressed quite a ways out of there for how difficult it looked.
And just a little high right. And at this point in the round, you know, you can see that that is upsetting to a player trying to get up and down for that par and not being able to cash in. Oh, that one caught for Vanessa. She's happy about that par.
Yeah, you know, a drive that only progressed her about 250 feet, and it was off the fairway. Smart play there, and she ended up saving the par. Great hole for Vanessa.
That was a good up and down for you as well, Paige.
This is where Jen's TL landed. But she could not execute. I know she wanted that birdie, but like you keep saying, pars are good. It's just something that she has to tell herself, walk into this next tee and try to shake that off, because it is a good par. But with a second shot like that with her TL, you definitely want to card that birdie.
Now we're moving on to hole 12. It is a par 3. It's 400 feet. It's the second of the island greens here on the east side of the Smile McIver State Park. Look at how small that island is, and there's no curb. That's just a thickly painted line that you can either skid onto or skid right off of.
Vanessa here with her nuke out wide on a hyzer release. Flips up to flat and still hyzers back. This shot is dialed for her, and she will have a look at a jump putt if she wants to take it.
Yeah, a lot of the players aren't even messing around with trying to go for the island here.
Except for Jen.
Jen has all the power in the world to be able to stick it. She's trying to use that road, get going, touches on. It's in.
She actually told me she wasn't trying to make it. That skip was quite a bit more powerful than she intended, and she got it off the grass onto the island.
And Paige, it looks to me like you're running the island, but are you just hanging it out as wide as possible for the putt?
You know, this was a misfire for me, I will admit. I was trying to go way more direct at the basket, but since my disc held over, it was actually good. I'm a pin high on the safe side. This is Cat's D1, wide, it looks beautiful. Couple skips.
Oh, just indeed.
Vanessa here.
Up. And just taking the safe par play. Not a bad decision. Got to respect the player wanting the par. Paige is lining up a birdie putt here.
I'm kind of going for it, but softly. And these I want to talk about for a moment. Those soft runs, they don't really work out.
I love that you just said that.
I would say either go for it or lay up at the pole. Don't give it one of those soft bids because that's when you get yourself in trouble.
Cat highly disappointed after the unfortunate OB roll. And Jen carding the birdie of, I mean, that's a master play right there. A massive rip on that drive. She deserves the birdie. And Paige is just taking it safely and she's inbounds. So this is a par putt. And execution.
Yeah, and at this point, with Jennifer carding another birdie, she and Vanessa have now jumped Catrina. And, you know, it's getting pretty interesting here. We're laughing because Vanessa, you know, we're just talking, having a good time, and Vanessa forgets to tap out.
You know, when you're having fun with your friends, look at that smile, and you're playing golf. Even at the National Tour, such a high-pressure situation, it's just really nice to be able to see the ladies being able to giggle like that. Hole 13 here. It's actually a par 3, 455 feet. This is another, I mean, I say this a lot, but we are at Mila Macaira. This is a tough par 3. You don't really get a chance to get in for the birdie. In our division, you've got to place yourself really nicely for the upshot. Jen off the tee. I believe this is her destroyer.
Yes, it's the beat-in one, so she's getting a little flip in it early and looking for that hyzer finish. It kind of hits some of those branches and drops it, but it was on a great line, actually, to get up there for a big jumper. Vanessa with that nuke. She's got to release this thing on hyzer. It kind of comes out flat, so it kind of drifts over to the right, but that tree kind of stops her from going too far right.
Yes, that was actually not a terrible tree hit. Looks like you got a little extra wrist angle to the right on that one off the tee. Still safe inbounds. Catrina taking the air shot and straight up the fairway, just kind of hyzering out. Even though it'll be directly behind the guardian tree, it's an easy hyzer up shot, meaning that it's open.
Mm-hmm. You still have to contend with that huge pine though. Do you want to go on the front side or the back side? It's really big and you can't even see the basket from that left side over there.
Right.
Jennifer now with her AVR X3.
It puts her just past the basket. That's a great shot.
Yeah, I'm glad. She's probably pretty glad that she threw the AVR X3 because it has a little more stability, and you could hear her. She let it go a little wide, but it swung in for her.
And Catrina for her second shot. Hyzering up around the tree.
That disc is almost vertical.
Yeah.
Up and down hyzer with her PA1. She got on the front side of that tree, so she'll have an open look.
Vanessa didn't make it as far up on her approach, giving it a jump putt bid.
Ooh, and that feather almost came down right on the disc.
I saw that. And all the ladies are inside of the circle now putting. Just kind of a high left chain out there from Paige Pierce. Jen Allen is stoked to be tapping in that par again. I think she was a little nervous about that upshot out the hands. And a nice easy 3-easy for Catrina Allen right there. And the ladies know what's coming up next. It's actually a tough thing just to keep your focus as you approach the next hole, knowing what a huge feat it is to enter on the par 5. So keeping your focus together just to make a putt right here is tough. Vanessa carding her bogey. And Paige joining her as well with the tapping. So like I mentioned, this hole is definitely world famous for the tough factor. It's hole number 14 is a par 5, 1,196 feet. That's huge, almost 1,200 feet. It really does take 5 great shots to get in there, and for only the top of our division in distance throwing can they even dream of getting 4 absolutely incredibly perfect shots in there for the birdie bid. Excuse me, 3 incredibly perfect shots, and I'm actually thinking of Jen Allen and you, Paige, potentially Kat with some of her air shots and rollers. but I don't believe we've ever seen an FPO card of 4 in the Beaver State Fling tournament.
This is a Star Wraith. She's going big Anheuser release and getting that overstable finish. She's going to be past Jonny V on the left side over there. It's kind of tricky from the left side on this drive. I think you kind of want it to finish a little bit more right. Catrina's throwing a roller probably for that purpose, so it catches edge and rolls over to the right. But that tall grass kind of slowed her down, and she was looking to get a little bit farther than that.
Definitely, but it's in a safe position for her.
Vanessa
like
with the
seeing
Vendor
that.
SS. This is her flippy one.
That's right.
Love watching this one fly.
She put that on so much hyzer, and it just flips right up for her, around there, just to the, before those trees, excuse me. I thought I was already past them.
This is my hybrid convict. It's really flippy, so I'm putting it on a hyzer release and letting it drift over to the right. I want to be on the right side as much as I can without being in those trees. It kind of opens up the second shot, I think.
I love the distance you're getting there. I don't know if you could see, she's right by the short tee pad. And so that's just it puts you in great shape for the second shot. Vanessa was getting in front of that. Did she make it in front of those trees?
She did not, actually. She was trying to, for sure, but it kind of lost speed a little quicker than she wanted. Kat, though, look at this shot. This is an X3
wow.
Distance shot. Big Anheuser, gives it a lot of height, then it glides forever. She's right in the center of the fairway.
Center cut. That was a very prolific shot going around the back side of that huge tree there. Jen for her second shot. Looks like she's lining up the skinny gap and hits it.
No.
It gets hit.
I'm not sure why she went for that gap.
Yeah, that's a... I mean, I know she would have been cutting off a lot of distance
Yeah,
to
it was
throw the
the
hyzer.
more direct route,
Yeah.
for sure. But it was, look how small that gap was.
I know.
Right when you just saw Kat give you some beta, like, I don't know, big distance shot. I bet she wishes she could have that one back.
Paige throwing a hyzer to get past that safe road there. That everything right there is safe. There's no OB on the left-hand side. There is OB string all along the right-hand side. Vanessa throwing a sidearm roller, so you know she was in a really tough situation there.
Yeah, she had no way to really follow through with a flat backhand shot, so she just went overhand over those bushes and just getting out in the fairway. You hear that snap on that one?
Ooh.
A little bit on the right side, but it punches through. That disc was moving quick, so it kind of penetrated through those branches on the right side there.
For Vanessa's third shot, she's trying to put some right-hand action on the nuke, really trying to play the force-over shot, but unfortunately left it low and it peels out.
Yeah, it looked like a good angle, just a little bit low. When you're throwing that severe of an Anheuser, you got to get it in the air and give it time.
Ooh, I love this aggressive play. Oh, bad bounce, but the roller is still fighting on. Kat is great with her roller game too, and on this par 5, if you've got one, it's really quite an advantage to be able to have that tool.
This is my Bio Defender. This is the best position I've ever been in after 2 shots, so I'm really feeling this one and kind of tried a little too hard and threw it into the ground by Jonny V there.
Yeah, I was actually just going to make note about that. I had the same, after my third shot, I realized I was in the best position I'd ever been and maybe forced my 4th shot a little too hard, and I think that might have been what you were doing with your 3rd one there.
Jennifer yelling that she missed it. She hits that tree, and with that Wraith moving so fast, look at that kick off the tree she got, but she did stay in bounds. That fence you see on the right is out of bounds, though, if you pass that.
And Vanessa lining up the Anheuser to approach the green. Well executed shot. There is a putt. I believe she's probably just inside or at the circle's edge there.
Mm-hmm. Jennifer with her Cayman, I do believe here.
Oh, yeah.
It might be an AVR3 actually. Both of her red approach discs are, or both of her approach discs are red, and I
Gets
believe
her in
that's her
there.
AVR3.
Sidearm, slower speed disc there, it looks like for Kat. Right under the basket. Well played.
Yeah, she sidearms that A2 really well. It's got a lot of stability, so she just puts it out wide and lets it drop.
Oh, that looked like a little basket run there.
I wasn't really trying to. I was just trying to get close, throw it on the hyzer, and let it drop there, so I didn't have a putt. Vanessa, this is her money range. She wanted that one.
See how disappointed she was, yeah. Giving it everything she had, leaving her a little bit of a tester. Comes back, cashes it. Does take a triple bogey, but you guys, one errant shot on this fairway, and it is next to impossible to even card a par for our division. Great shot or putt by Jen, but that is also a bogey as well. A 6 is not a bad score on this hole. However, just saying the word bogey, it makes it feel worse. Paige taking a par there. Great par. You're definitely coming up on the whole field if you're parring this hole.
Yeah, I think it was my first tournament par on this one.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that too, because it is so tough to get the 5 here. Tapping for Cat. Giving her the par as well. 2 rollers on that fairway. Played pretty well. And things are getting kind of heated up and tight here with the scores. Hole 15, it's a par 3. It's an even 400 feet up on the mound. I mean, and it plays all of 400 feet. Even though we all have that kind of distance to get there, you see a lot of drives come up, 100 feet short. It's just the way you're playing the fairway, the trust in the discs and your angles. Cat's taking it straight out. Stay safe. Oh.
It's just wait.
She's a little disappointed in that finish of the disc, but it's still up there closer to the green.
Oh, flip it.
May have let go a little earlier without that wrist angle action. Johnny V's ducking. Whoa.
Oh, I hit a dog. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know if you actually hit the dog, but it came pretty close and scared him. Paige is a little bit away from the green. She's looking to clean that up. Let's see.
Jennifer, beautiful release there. Anheuser with an overstable disc. She gets that perfect S-curve, and she's at the base of the mound.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she's at the base of the mound. That's a dream shot for anyone in our FPO division. That's great. Vanessa with good old trusty, the nuke.
Heiser flip to flat.
Underneath
down the right
those
side.
branches. I love that. She's up there in pretty much the middle of the fairway. She's open look to the basket.
Yeah, a little outside her range for a jump putt. So she's going to do a soft little approach here and just try to land on the mound. You don't want to putt from the bottom of the mound. It is a little bit intimidating.
It is, even though it may not look like it on camera here. That mound, when you're standing at the base of the hill, it just seems like the basket is so high up there, which will mess with anybody's, mental pressures that you put on yourself to putt it.
Jennifer looking to get a birdie here late in the round. She knew she missed it out of her hand. Just a little bit soft and doesn't quite get over the rim. But carding a par. And she's picked up quite a few strokes on the last few holes. Oh no!
May have gone just a little fast without thinking about it.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Jen had 1 stroke on Cat at that point. And so that bogey, it definitely was not the desired outcome.
That's a heartbreaker right there. She, like you said, I think you touched on it perfect. She didn't really think about that one. She already counted it as in, as did I,
Yeah. You really have to take your time and finish executing each skill game of golf.
So now she is tied with Catrina at 4 over. Vanessa a little ways behind at 6 over. Carding that 8 on the last hole, kind of dropped a little bit behind them.
There's only 3 holes left to play. It's hole 16. It's a par 4, a very gettable par 4 for our division. Putting together 2 really nice shots, a distance drive and then a fairway drive or a secondary distance drive. Look at that beautiful green. It's hiding up in the shade, the basket. You got all these wood chips. You've got the kind of circle's edge logs lining the green. It's beautiful. No out of bounds on this hole, just tricky gap because you want to be in front of those. You see the 2 upright trees and then left of them is a guardian tree. Cat just deflects off the right side tree to the left, so she's going to be guarded by those trees I was talking about.
It's a bio defender here. I'm trying to be right of those trees and just let it hyzer late in the flight. I really enjoy this hole because it requires 2 completely different shots. One like power hyzer and then your next shot is like an Anheuser and or a sidearm. Vanessa with that nuke, hyzer flip. She's trying to get that right.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Nice timing on that flip. It's a late flipper if she releases it on a hyzer, and she really knows that disc.
I like the position she's in too. It gives her more of a directly kind of straight shot at the basket.
This is Jen's beat-in destroyer. She's threading
Whoa.
that gap, and honestly,
Yeah.
it's the best gap if you feel confident on it. It's the more direct route, and it gets you on that left side of the fairway where you have less severe of an angle into the green.
More options.
Catrina, way back here, pinched in the left side. She's having to throw H1. This is her most overstable fairway, so she's just trying to get out and far left.
Well
Kinda where Jen's is.
executed. That's probably best case scenario for the distance she could pull off from that pinched shot too.
Yeah, definitely. Vanessa trying to do another nuke shot on a hyzer and let it flip into the gap.
Yeah, coming at you.
Flips it a little early, but she gets that hyzer back out. And
Go for
she
it.
should have a open look, but just not quite on the wood chips.
Jen's second shot here. Put some right hand action on it, hoping to get on the green. Look at that.
You know what that disc is?
Yes.
It's
Oh,
a rock.
that's a rock?
It's a star rock. She just threw a mid-range.
Professional
Onto the
men,
mulch.
take note. Jen Allen's throwing a rock at that green and just planting on it. Paige may have aired out her disc just a little bit there, but you were pinched so close to the right-hand side of the fairway. That was a tough shot to pull off, actually.
Yeah, my thought was just don't overturn it and be in those trees that kind of takes any.
Kat answers back to Jen's play. She wants that birdie as well. She's parked even closer to the basket. It was a good attempt, and you can see the player let me just throw that extra shot in the air so I can feel my stroke.
Vanessa lining up her roach on an anhyzer, kind of giving it a little bid. Woo!
Oh, a little safe bitty bitty.
Amazing shot.
Yeah. I mean, she was all the way up there. Why not? Take your time here, get yourself set for the birdie. And she does that well. She
Great
does
day.
not want to repeat, just like the mound hole mistake. She's taken that birdie, folks.
And I wonder what's going on in her head on that putt. Is she still thinking about the last hole, trying to correct? Is she moved on? Either way, she hits it, and it's good to see her bounce back from that last mistake on the last hole.
Oh, yes. Take it, basket, and catch it, and don't let go of it. Vanessa is stoked. She's had too many of those really nice, aggressive putt spit outs, so nice par there. And Kat is, you know, she's taking her players' time to line up her birdie, and that is such a good
This
thing.
is actually a
around-
par for her. 'Cause
Oh,
remember,
excuse
she
me.
landed up early on
right.
that drive, so she's lucky to save par here. I think that's such a tight spot to be in. That second shot was so good.
It was. I had forgotten, you know, because characteristically I've seen Catrina out so far in the fairway. Good pars for the ladies and great birdie, solo birdie for Jen. Only 2 holes left. We are entering hole 17, par 3. It's 480 feet. One of the tighter fairways throughout the course on the east side, and then you can't see the basket at the dog leg left at the end. You could hit OB Road super deep if you were insanely aggressive and had massive distance like Jen does, but she keeps it low. She's trusting her overstable destroyer, I believe. Yep, gets that great bounce. That's a birdie bid right there. That is an incredible shot for
And
the
it's
female.
really aggressive too, because if you land in that left side, you take the par out of play even. So
True.
going for a shot that finishes left is really aggressive, and obviously it just paid off there.
Great shot by Kat too. She's partially up the hill there for the birdie bid.
And she didn't know it. She thought it was a bad shot. She thought she was in the woods there, and was obviously pleasantly surprised when she got up there and saw that.
I like how close you're always getting to Johnny V. I mean, those are great drives. Very accurate and get you up there.
Vanessa here with her Avenger SS. Look at that hyzer she's intending on. She does on the left side, and trust that disc so much.
Wow, that's great trust in knowing your plastic.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people that don't know her throwing that disc thought it was a misrelease, but obviously you can see it looked like she had a remote control on that disc.
Ooh, just a little heavy on the heat that we put on the upshot there, but still at circle's edge, I believe.
Yes. And at this point, the guys are finished with their round, so we're starting to get a big gallery all around this green. And I kind of joked with Vanessa, you know, give the crowd a good putt. She was kind of bummed about the skip that made her go outside the circle, but it's, you know, good opportunity to show them how good of a putter she is.
Jen bidding the 2 and coming up just short. On the height, I mean.
Yeah.
Went just a little past the basket.
Catrina looking for a birdie late in the round. Doesn't quite get it there. This is a long putt and it's uphill as well, so.
It was a great putt though, just a little right. We have Vanessa. Let's give the crowd a show. Absolute focus, rhythm, and routine involved here. Cashes it in. I did not know she was going to make that,
Dead
folks.
center.
That wasn't on this card. So that was, look at that cute little wave. I really enjoy watching these professionals enjoy their skills in their rounds so much. Paige is in there for her par. And we have a couple tap-in pars here for the Allens.
Nice.
I've never said that before. But they do both have the same last name, so it was okay to say. Tap, tap. Whoa, we're moving on to hole 18 of round 3. I mean, folks, it's the Beaver State Fling National Tour. Arguably everybody's favorite national tour event on the whole tour, you know, next to Master Cup. And you gotta keep it together, don't apply all the self-pressures. It's a par 3, 360 feet. As you can see, the green is got some elevation, a little bit tricky. There is a distinct hyzer route, the mode intended fairway, but there's also a left-hand route if you've got a big sidearm or turnover. Jen chooses the really high, stable, overstable hyzer line.
Yeah, and this one is blind. You obviously can't see the basket from the drive, so you kind of have to just trust this hyzer. And Catrina is definitely doing that. She's putting it a little more inside than Jennifer did, so she's going to be a lot more clean. Jennifer's kind of on that backside over there. But I'm opting for a different play entirely. This is a fell-in, really overstable fairway on a severe anhyzer up that left side.
Wow, incredible shot. You've got to be on the green there, yes. Incredible shot. So she's throwing overstable fairway on the left gap. Complete trust in the disc. That was seriously pro shot.
Thank you. Vanessa trusting that thing to flip, but it didn't have enough time, but that bush just kicked her right out into the fairway. She loves it.
See how happy she is. Here's for her upshot, trying to get underneath the basket.
Beautiful throw, a little bit low, so she's not going to crest over that hill, but she will have just outside the circle putt to save par.
Catrina here just on the edge of the rough, choosing to lay it up. Smart play for the 3.
And really that hyzer line, it doesn't quite allow you to get in there clean. You kind of get caught up on that right side there. Even with Catrina's beautiful drive, you can see she landed a little bit short still.
And looking straight at death with that downhill behind. You know she still wanted it and gave it every intention. Paige. Whoa! Aggressive drive off the tee and cashes in to finish with a birdie on hole 18. That's just remarkable right there. Vanessa finishing her round 3 tournament with a bogey. Tap in par.
Jen to shoot under par over here on the east side on the lead card. Pressure's on. She's going to card the hot round, and she's going to be in a good position going into the final day.
Cat tapping out her par. And you know, there's been an incredible switch up of the leaderboard and change of events. Paige is leading the tournament at 4 down. Jen has now climbed up to 2nd place. She's +3, Cat +4, Paige 6. As you can see, I have maintained 6th place, and I get to play with Vanessa tomorrow. Thank you, Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, for providing this coverage.